This film has caused so much more trouble than it's worth. Thanks to a video that was leaked to TMZ on January 18th, 2017 alleging animal abuse, I imagine that the director and producers merely weathered the storm whilst hoping that the old adage, "there's no such thing as bad publicity," would come through for them. And even though it was announced on February 4th, 2017 by the American Humane Association that the footage was indeed fake, no one seems to have noticed this fact, meaning that if I like this film, I'm going to appear to approve of animal abuse in the name of making films, which I don't in any way, shape or form. But if I don't like this film, then a very vocal vegan friend of mine is going to assume that my previously unimpeachable critical integrity can be undone by threatening to follow me around throwing organic mung beans and copies of The Guardian at me. Follow that up with the fact that this film was made, at time of writing, $181.3 million off of a $22 million budget, but it only has 34% on Rotten Tomatoes, meaning that if I like it, then my fellow critics will follow me around throwing copies of Citizen Kane and The Godfather at me, but if I dislike it, then the general public will assume I'm an out-of-touch snob and follow me around throwing Transformers box sets at me. Throw in the fact that my infinitely better half thinks that watching dogs doing dog things for 120 minutes is the best thing ever, and if I disagree, then the sofa is lovely this time of year. And all this for one of the stranger films that I've seen in a while, because while men are from Mars and women are from Venus, dogs are apparently from Gallifrey, because when they die, they simply regenerate into a new body, whilst apparently searching for that purpose, which seems to be speaking every single thought that comes into their head to ensure that this film never has anything so horrifying or shocking as a quiet moment. Not that this film has anything horrifying or shocking or even potentially interesting in it. Every time there's a dark or interesting moment, it's rushed away so that we can watch the main dog, voiced by Josh Gad, doing a pretty passable Bill Murray impersonation, do something else dogs like to do. But believe you me, this film is aimed like a targeted missile at the heartstrings. One moment my better half was laughing, the next she was crying, and then she was revolted by the dog claiming that its owner now smells sweaty after they started talking to a girl. The film is shot like a series of short films, except it spends almost half its time on the first story, meaning that maybe 2 or possibly 3 of the other stories could have been removed completely and it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest. Which, by the way, would have brought the running time down to roughly 90 minutes, which this film has absolutely no business being longer than. I'm not convinced that half of the human characters had names and almost all of them had less depth than a puddle, which pretty much sums up the film. It was bland, forgettable, and to be honest would have seemed more at home as a TV show where every week the dog reincarnates into a different breed and family, because this film was far too long and yet somehow felt rushed. If you liked Marley and Me, then you're gonna love this, but for me, I think it's turned me into a pet rock kind of person. It's if nothing else is on, and if you have seen every single dog video, cat video, gerbil, ferret, whatever video on YouTube, yeah, check this out. Otherwise, just don't bother. But what did you guys think? And what is your favourite film starring a dog? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, this has been a Dunking. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.